We all love great stories in sports. People that you know, just turn on the TV you've never really seen play before, and they just capture your fancy, and you just root for them, and you want to keep rooting for them, and you never know when this new face, this new player, is the next great one. You're always looking at seeing this emerge. March 21st, 2008, the anniversary of that's coming up next Friday. Why do I bring this date up? Well, there was a kid who stepped on the floor in the NCAA tournament in a first round of 64 matchup against Gonzaga from Davidson named Stephen Curry. And he dropped 40 on him. And I just remember watching him in this run and thinking, oh, my God, that's Dell's son, obviously the first thing you'd think of. And he can shoot. And he's just this little guy who's a giant. You remember this run?
So skinny.
40 against Gonzaga.
So fun.
Then he bounced Georgetown with 30. Then in the Sweet 16, he beats Wisconsin. Davidson whipped Wisconsin 73-56. He scored 33. And then Kansas finally stopped the Cinderella story, but just by 2 points in the Elite Eight with 25. And then Curry did it again next year for Davidson. Then he gets drafted and yada, yada, yada. Last night, he became the first human being to come up with 4,000 three-pointers in professional basketball. Think about it. 4,000 threes, and that's our play of the week presented by Sleep Number as described by Tim Roy of 95.7 The Game.
Curry one-on-one. He loses the ball. Deflected away. Picked up by Moody. Back to Curry. Pump fake. Fly by. Three ball on the way. Number 4,000 for Stephen Curry, the undisputed author of the three-point rule book and the three-point record book, has added another chapter to his tome.
Think about it. 4,000 threes. 4,000 threes. And then the next closest guy is James Harden with 3,127. He's never going to catch Curry.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember,
no one's ever going to catch.
Remember the quaint days when Ray Allen was the king of it with 2,973.
Yep. Then Reggie, right?
Damian Lillard and Clay have since passed Reggie of 2560. Lillard's got 2794. Clay 2667. Then there's LeBron at 2542. And you know who's after him? You'll never guess.
Oh, I know.
Who?
Kyle Korver.
That's correct. Why should I say you'll never guess when I got T.J. Jefferson in my right? My bad, sir.
I looked it up the other day, though. So
I was sleeping on you. Unlike Sleep Number.
Hey.
Sleep better together. Save 40% on the new Sleep Number Special Edition Smart Bed. Limited time exclusively at a Sleep Number store. Presenting to you the play of the week, which is Steph Curry, the kid from Davidson, all grown up
cool.
with 4,000 threes and counting in the NBA. That's hour one in the books here.
It's wild. It's wild, too, TJ. We think about the 80s basketball is just so different, you know, the volume and the threes that were taken back then. We think of Larry Bird as a great three-point shooter.
Yeah.
649 makes in his career.
Well, because didn't the three-pointer came into being...
It just wasn't utilized back
When
then.
did the three come into play? It came into play while Bird was a pro, correct?
The three started...
Am I wrong?
No, he had it his rookie year.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, starting...
Oh, it's a different game, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
different
get it
game.
into McHale, get it into Parrish because, you know, you want to beat up Lambeer.
But they scored...
79-80 was, I think, the first
But
year.
they scored a lot in the 80s. The scoring was way high, but it just wasn't a part of the game.
Let me just speak as a Knick fan here who hated Larry Bird with a passion, an absolute passion. His best shot of his career was throwing the ball at Bill Lambier. God, that was the one time I loved Larry Bird, where I shared your love of Larry Bird.
I think all of us at that moment.
When he just said, screw it, I'm done with this guy. I'm going to throw it at the slee stack. But let's cleanse the palate. This was Steph Curry after getting his 4,000th three last night.
To have a clean milestone in 4K, that's obviously never been done before, but to have that moment in front of your fans like that was special. I could feel the energy and the buzz from the beginning of the game after I made my first three, even the second one I shot and missed. Like, it was an adrenaline rush, and they were with me every moment of the game tonight. And when that second one went in, I knew there's a lot of game left, so I tried to not get too ahead of myself. But it was a special moment to feel that energy and allow them to enjoy that milestone and accomplishment with me.
And you know what? We could sit here and have the conversation of, will anybody ever do it? Or who the hell knows? Probably not. Okay. Will this record ever be broken? Probably not. Records are made to be broken. I get it. But the thing that really makes this special, too, is the Warriors are a factor right now. They've won 6 in a row. Yep. They're now 10 over 500. They've lost only once since Jimmy Butler's joined the team. They're the 6th seed in the Western Conference right now. Look.
And rising.
Out. They are real. And right now, spectacular. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Because this could have been, the Warriors are used to be, and Curry used to be, and remember those days, and no, this is like he's getting 4,000 in front of a packed house of rabid fans who feel it.
In games that you're counting.
Yes, sir.
11 out of 12.
Dude,
I can feel it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.